Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wavy Baller Hub. I'm your host, Temi. If this is your first time watching, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and follow the movement that is the Wavy Baller Hub. We are doing a match preview today off the back of a very important win yesterday against, I don't even know how to say their name, Ammonia Nicosia, right? 3-2 win. Needed to get that to solidify our position in the Europa League. We're looking to get first place. There's some birds outside. That's hilarious. But yeah, no, big win. But we move. We move. Big Premier League match against Everton. We need to bounce back after a horrible, horrible defeat against City last weekend. This is not going to be an easy game by any means. We're on the road. There's a lot of things to discuss here, right? So let's get right into it. First thing I want to talk about are lineups. I'm going to talk about what I think Eric Ten Hag is going to deploy as his lineup versus what I would do, right, this weekend, right? So it's going to be an interesting one. For those who are watching, maybe later on, get your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button for me, hit the subscribe button for me, right? Also, this weekend, just as a heads up, we're going to be doing a watch along Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund on Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure to tune in for that. Should be a lot of fun. But yeah, no, let's get right into it. So I'm going to share my screen here. And we're going to get right into it. So this is the lineup that I think Eric Ten Hag is going to be deploying this Sunday, right? 2 p.m. Eastern time kickoff. Um, yeah, and we look here. We'll start at the back. I'm not sure if Varane is healthy or not. So this Lindelof spot right here is in flux, right? We're not sure what he's gonna do there. Not too sure what he's gonna do there, right? If Lindelof or if Varane is healthy, it'll probably be Varane, right? But we don't know yet. So I'm just gonna keep Lindelof in there. And maybe we'll figure out during his press conference, which should be happening, you know, not too far from now, right? Um, and then that back four is pretty secure. If you look at it, Luke Shaw is probably going to come in. Tyrell Malacia has had a tough little run of things over the past couple of weeks. He struggled against Man City, got yanked at halftime. He struggled against Ammonia Nicosia, got yanked at halftime again. So what's very apparent is that Ten Hag is not pleased with his performances so far over the past over the past week or two. So I think Luke Shaw will play, right? Dallow's a mainstay. He might be the most rubber stamp person in the side right now, to be quite honest with you. And we know De Gea in goal. Martinez is also rubber stamped. In midfield, I expect him to go with Casemiro and Eriksson in midfield. I would be surprised if he didn't do that, right? Maybe McTominay comes back in. Maybe, I'm not too sure. That'll be a really interesting thing to see if he goes with McTominay. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what that means for Casemiro because we signed Casemiro for a lot of money. Is he a club signing? Right? Is he a club signing? We don't know yet. I'm pretty confident Casemiro doesn't want to be playing against Amani and Nicosia. He wants to be playing in the Premier League, trying to win titles, right? That's his whole point of being here. McTominay didn't have a good game against City by any means. So and I thought Casemiro played well against Amani and Nicosia. The goals had nothing to do with him by any stretch of the imagination, right? So yeah, I think that Ten Hag is gonna play him, right? Eriksson, a mainstay, right? Somebody we expect to be playing. I think when we all signed him, we didn't expect him to play this much, but here we are, right? Bruno Fernandes is his captain, right? Harry Maguire isn't playing, so Bruno is his captain. I imagine he would play. I'd be shocked if he didn't. Anthony got a goal. Excuse me, Anthony didn't get a goal. But Anthony got a goal against Man City last weekend. He's been playing okay. Again, I'm still holding the jury out on Anthony. It's too early. I know he's a big money signing. But I think it was a risk. But he's done his thing so far. I think it's too early to judge him, right? It's way too early to judge him. You can see the potential. He has tons and tons of quality on the ball. So we'll see. And I think Anthony Martial is going to start. I think, well, again, it's not about what I think. I think Ten Hag will play Anthony Martial up top. Ronaldo was woeful. I'll be honest with you. Guy couldn't. Guy was making bad decisions. It felt like players were trying to get him a goal. Like it's just he's such a distraction right now. Cristiano Ronaldo is such a distraction right now. I honestly don't think Ten Hag wants to deal with that. Right? I think Ronaldo is his Europa League striker. With all due respect, I think that's what it is. Rashford, what an impact he made when he came on, right? So I think he's going to play. And that leaves Sancho out. Jadon Sancho is probably not going to play. Like I would be shocked if Ten Hag deployed Jadon Sancho, right? I think Marcus Rashford showed his quality against Amani and Nicosia, right? So I expect that Ten Hag will play him, right? This is still a strong lineup. It's a strong lineup. I would be happy to see this. If I saw this lineup on Sunday, I'd be happy. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't freak out or anything like that. I still think we'd be able to beat Everton. That being said, that is not what I would do, right? That is not what I would do. So I'm going to show you the lineup that I would deploy, right? Let me show you the lineup that I would deploy. And this is it right here, okay? I want to start in midfield. Let's take a look, right? These three midfielders, Casemiro, McTominay, and Eriksen, okay? Casemiro, McTominay, and Eriksen. Why do I want this to happen? We have been leaking goals, right? All season we've been leaking goals. And I don't think a lot of that is because of our defense, right? I think our defense is just being put under way too much pressure because of how lightweight we are in midfield. When you play McTominay and Eriksen as a two, right? It's kind of lightweight. Eriksen's a wonderful player, right? But if you're expecting him to, do all this defensive work and then ask him to be our creator, you're asking too much of him. I think you're asking way too much of him. What I think we should go back to doing is figuring out how we can be solid, right? Figure out how we can be solid as a team. When you play Casemiro and McTominay, this is a flat three right here. Obviously, we play more of a 4-2-3-1. If we play a flat three here with Casemiro and McTominay kind of as that base here, Eriksen floats, right? He can drop in, right? Push a little bit more forward, right? And have Casemiro and McTominay protecting that back four. You see that right here. So you drop Casemiro in, let Eriksen be that guy who comes in and fills in this hole right here. Anthony Martial can drop in, right? Look at that. It looks like more of a diamond. I think this formation gives us a bit more solidity, and we still have the quality on the ball with Martial, with Eriksen, with Anthony, Casemiro as a base. We have ball players as center backs. Like this is a lineup that I think that would help us keep a clean sheet, but at the same time give us that explosiveness, right? Give us that explosiveness. Rashford, explosive. Anthony, explosive, right? That's what we need. At the same time, giving us McTominay, grafting, winning balls back in midfield. Casemiro winning back balls in midfield. And Casemiro is a decent passer of the football. I know he's not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but he's a decent passer. He's a decent passer. You're not winning that many Champions Leagues if you're not, right? Obviously, he had Kroos and Modric and all that good stuff, but this is the lineup I would deploy, right? I think this lineup gives us a base. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this lineup? I think it's a lineup that could really help us in both phases of play. I'm excited to see what happens with this lineup. You feel me? I don't think by any stretch of the imagination this is what's going to happen. I don't know what the fan base thinks about that. I know the fan base when it comes to this player right here, now this player right here, there's a lot of I don't want to say lack of trust, but there is a lack of trust when it comes to McTominay, when it comes to Rashford, when it comes to Shaw. Um, but it is what it is. I think Shaw deserves his place. I think that Shaw deserves to have his place back right now. I don't care what anybody says. I think McTominay's been playing well outside of that City game, right? But everyone played bad in that City game. So I think he should come back in, right? Rashford, right? I love Jadon Sancho. But if he's not playing well right now, and that's a conversation for another day. I might make a TikTok on that. So guys, again, follow me on TikTok, Wavy Temi _ guys. I've actually been making TikToks now, so show some love. There's a whole conversation to be had about Jadon Sancho on this left-hand side, right? But again, this is a lineup I really like. Personally, this is a lineup I really like. I would love to get your thoughts on this, guys. This seems like something we can deploy that can make us strong, solid in midfield. You feel me? And I'm excited to see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm really excited to see it. I don't think it's going to happen, right? I would be stunned if this happened. Again, Bruno Fernandes is being dropped from this lineup. Jadon Sancho is being dropped from this lineup. Cristiano Ronaldo is getting dropped. Like it's I don't want to say it's risky, but we have, because again, if let's just say we concede a goal, right? Who better to bring on in that situation than Bruno, right? Someone who can pick a pass, still give you some energy, press, all that good stuff. I don't know. This just seems like it makes the most sense to me, right? But I could be wrong, guys. Drop who you would want to start. Who would you want to start in this 11, right? I think our front six really let us down last weekend. We weren't, again, and even against Nicosia, like there was just, it was more comical errors than anything. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. Get your thoughts in the comments. But yeah, no, that's from an Everton perspective, right? From an Everton perspective, I think that team has done well for themselves over the past few weeks. They're undefeated in 7 games. Everton are, right? Undefeated in 7 games. That's pretty impressive. 2 wins on the bounce as it currently stands. We have to be careful. We can't just expect that, we're going to win and it's going to be easy and all this good stuff. No, we have to be diligent. We have to make sure that we're on our game, because Goodison Park is not an easy place to go and play, right? They're doing decent. Frank Lampard is trying to get a foothold back of his managerial career, and he's doing okay so far this season. It's going to be interesting to see. Again, get your thoughts and your score predictions. My score prediction for this game, man, I'm going to predict a 2-1 United win. A 2-1 United win. I think we will bounce back. I think we're going to see a lot of peaks and valleys in this season, guys. So this season, you have to take each game with a grain of salt, right? Like it's going to be a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Ten Hag is trying to change a mentality in this side. It's not going to happen overnight. I have to remind people that it's not going to happen overnight. Okay. 2-1 Manchester United win on the road against Everton, right? Big win. Guys, get your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button for me. I know I am holding myself accountable. I have not been as consistent as I should be on this platform. But we're here now. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a watch along. Really excited for that. Sunday is TBD. I'll probably figure that out in the next couple of hours, what we want to do on Sunday. We're probably going to do it. Sunday, we're definitely doing a match review. Excuse me. I misspoke there. We're definitely doing a match review. So be on the lookout for that, right? And then as well as potentially a watch along. So guys, I'm really excited. I'm trying my best to be more organized. I've organized my work life. Now I'm trying to organize my personal goals and all this good stuff. Guys, follow the journey with me, y'all. Follow the journey with me. It's going to be fun. I really appreciate anyone who does watch this in the future. Guys, make sure to hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me. Follow the movement that is the Wavy Baller Hub. And I will talk to you guys very, very shortly, okay? Deuces.